Hello and welcome to Pit Stop Procrastination, the pit stop for your thoughts when you just want to debrief the race. You are joined by Remy and Zoe. Hey, Zoe.
Hi, Remy. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
It's good.
This week we're in Mexico for round 20. Chaos was definitely in the air. All that thin altitude was causing even thinner patience across the grid.
Meanwhile, McLaren had another mixed weekend. Lando looked fast and confident from the start, but Oscar just couldn't quite match the pace all weekend long. Has the momentum shifted?
Ferrari were flying early. It looked like their best weekend in ages. However, it wouldn't be a race weekend with something going wrong for them.
Yes, so let's get into Mexico. So Zoe, what just happened?
Okay, so first up, I reckon we touch on how did you watch? What did you do? What was the vibes?
Oh, I had a crazy weekend. I had to wake up early. Not I say early because it was the weekend. To watch qualifying, which was really nice to be able to watch that in real time. And got to watch the race in real time as well.
Yeah.
So I was quite happy that I only had to catch up on practice.
Yeah.
Really, that was quite nice to be honest.
Yeah.
So where were you? Were you at home?
I was on the Gold Coast.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was a setup.
Yeah, I know. I was like, as if you don't know this, we would breaking the fourth wall.
Oh my God. So funny.
I was on the Gold Coast, so I was working at the Gold Coast Supercars for the weekend, which was really great.
Yeah.
Nice to see a bit of a different scenery with motorsport.
Yeah.
Was in the pit garage of the Red Bull team, which was great.
So cool.
much fun.
Love.
I didn't watch any practice.
Yep.
I watched quali and quali alone, and then I watched all of the race front to back.
Yep. Of course.
So yeah, that was my weekend.
I was very tired after I watched the race. There was so much going on the entire time.
Yeah, definitely. It was pretty crazy.
It was.
Cool. Okay. Well, yeah, I feel like you're the one that's done, I feel like I'm taking a back seat until we get to the race. So tell me your thoughts.
I think we just brush over the practice sessions because nothing really crazy happened. We had 9 rookies in the P1 session.
Yep.
That was all good and fun.
Yep.
And I just thought it was weird that Oscar finished 12th in practice too, but that's fine. Everyone's just warming up for the weekend.
Yeah, okay.
I think we just skip over practice.
All right, perfect.
I think it's fine.
Okay, what about quali?
Yeah, it was, again, it felt like a bit intense for me because there was a lot going on.
Yeah.
Some really fun things were happening though. Isaac topped Q1, which was really, really exciting. So
that was awesome.
Absolutely loved to see that.
Yeah.
And I also had a note that the KO broadcast cut out as soon as Alex Albon was talking.
Oh.
It was really annoying. He something happened to him. I can't remember now. And then he was giving his radio, and as soon as he was about to say it, the broadcast cut out into an ad.
Yeah, okay.
And I just am infuriated with KO as why you have ads. It's actually ridiculous for the amount of money that we pay.
Yeah.
And you're giving me ads.
Yeah.
It kills me. In the middle of something that could just be shown the entire, day, you have to cut up ads. Anyway, I digress.
I have something to tell you. This actually feels like the perfect moment.
Yeah.
You know how we've been talking about how here we have a raw deal because we don't have driver cams. We don't have any of the other channels.
Yeah, we don't have F1 TV.
We do.
No, we don't.
On KO we do.
What do you mean?
We fucking do.
Really?
Yeah, let me show you.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, they have 3 or 4 different screens that you can watch the whole thing.
No
one is a
way.
live timing, so you can see them all going around.
You're
Another
kidding.
one is a pit lane camera.
Did you try this out?
I haven't gone back and watched it because obviously I was watching the race delayed.
Of course.
I didn't watch it in real time, so I couldn't. But you know how you can do split screens on KO? So I think the idea is you could probably have all the driver.
This is amazing.
You know how in the corner how they have the little drivers where everyone is on track? There's a whole thing of that.
Oh my God, I'm always saying I wish I had that.
Yeah, you could have that on one screen.
That's
and then
amazing.
you could have the the actual broadcast on another, or you could have the pit lane screen.
This.
There's only 4. It's not like we're getting
This is great.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll insert something if we can make it work on the TV.
Yeah. We'll go watch it downstairs. Yeah.
Oh my God, I love this.
Yeah.
Well, great segue, Zoe.
Yeah. Yay.
The only other notes that I had for qualifying is that it was super tense and wow, Oscar finishing P7. You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
That's really my high level notes for qualifying. Oscar just seemed so off the pace, basically. It was kind of really weird to see. I thought he would come back up by the end of things, but only managed to finish in P7.
I think we're used to seeing Oscar, like if he has a rocky start, like coming around and getting there, but he really didn't this week, which I found shocking.
I really thought he would be at least P3. You know what I mean? So yeah, not ideal. Not ideal.
Yeah. So what was your most shocking part of quali? Like, what did you think was the most surprising?
Oh, well, I mean, maybe most surprising was seeing Isaac up there. Like that was really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
And then I was just shocked by Oscar. Like I just didn't understand how he could possibly finish that low, because technically he finished in P8, I think.
Yeah, he did.
So really bad. I mean, he made it all the way through. So like obviously not that bad, but still it's not where you want to be.
Definitely not. Not with a championship fight on our hands.
No. Anything of a call out for you?
Mine was Ferrari doing P2 and P3 with Charles and Lewis respectively. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Probably more so Lewis being up there.
Yeah.
I found that was really great.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were on for a Ferrari podium for the race.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That is okay.
Well, I guess we can move on to the race now.
Yep.
Skipped past all of the start of the weekend because I feel like there's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, and here.
In the race. Yep. Chaos. It felt like. Where would you like to begin?
I think the best place to start is that the fact that we have a new leader in the Drivers' Championship. Lando is now leading Oscar by 1 point.
Yep. 1 point.
What are your thoughts?
God damn. Not where I wanted us to end up. I know that I've been saying this whole season that I want it to go down to the wire because I think that would be fun, but now it's too scary.
Are you finally backtracking?
Finally backtracking.
Yeah.
I just like really want this for Oscar in my soul because I think like as an Australian it's just so cool to have something this big like right within our reach.
Yeah.
And I know he can do it. He's won championships before. He's won an F3, F2.
Yeah.
Like he's got that mentality. I know that he can do it. I think he's just in a bit of a rough patch at the moment, you know?
Yes. I think, and we kind of touched on this a little bit earlier in the week, I think it's really easy to get sucked into like sabotage of the car. There's something definitely happening. And I think now that I've had the time to calm down, and I think it's been helpful to have the extra day.
Yeah.
Like we're recording on a Wednesday when we normally record on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
To calm down and go, okay.
Yeah.
I think it's actually like I've seen some articles come out about how he's having to drive the car. He's driving differently.
Yep.
And I think it's probably not sabotage like we would like to think.
Totally.
I think he's just off.
Yep. I think if we had recorded this on Monday or Tuesday, I was pretty heated. And I was like, no, something's happening on the inside. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But, you know, zooming out and, you know, reading some more things and just like kind of giving a bit of perspective without the emotions.
Yeah.
You know, I think maybe these tracks are just challenging for Oscar and it's not suited to his driving style.
Yes.
And he hasn't really performed that well at these tracks in history. You know?
Correct.
So
yeah.
I think we all just need to take a deep breath and Oscar's got this and we just need to back him, you know?
Yeah. I actually have some notes that Andrea Stella said after quali about Oscar, and I thought that it was really interesting.
Yep.
It was about the only notes I actually fucking took about quali. But he said, obviously there's a little bit to review on Oscar's side, more difficult for him to use the car when the conditions are so sliding. In a way, it was also like Austin. So something we need to review and make sure we're looking at for tomorrow. Like I said before, Oscar in relation to Lando loses a few milliseconds pretty much in every corner. So it's more him getting the right feeling in those conditions and pushing that a little bit more in every single corner.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we just need to calm down as Australians.
I think we do too.
Yeah, because like it's just so close within reach and we haven't had this. So I think we just need to have faith in Oscar. I think he'll bring it back in the next couple of races. We just need to be patient.
We just need to calm down. I think it's so loaded this close to the end of the year. 100%. Though. It's so hard to know.
It's so heated.
Yeah.
I feel like this is also a good segue to kind of cut to the end of the race maybe and talk about how we were robbed of an absolutely incredible finish because they put a virtual safety car up at the end of the race for what felt like no reason.
Pretty much.
And it would have been so interesting if we didn't have that because Oscar might have got Ollie and there might have been less points in this championship again. Yeah. So I was really upset about that.
I did really think that like Oscar came into his own towards the end of the race. He was overtaking. He was doing really well.
It was so good to see.
Yeah. And so I think that we were robbed for that virtual safety car and for that and for also Charles as well.
Yeah. That was going so well. Like Max was hunting him down and I was like, oh my God, we're on for like a finish line like moment. and all got taken away from us.
And again, I don't think it was actually sabotage, but it was just kind of like, I think the race director and the marshals just made a wrong call when they should have let them race.
Yeah, I did read an article that said that they did see smoke from Carlos's car, so they were doing it for that. Then I also thought maybe it was like a bit of an overreaction for something that happened early in the race.
Yeah.
Which is another great segue maybe to bring up the Liam Lawson Marshall situation.
My God.
So many segues in this episode. Guys, I'm so tired after watching this Grand Prix because so much kept happening.
Yeah. So, okay, so what are your thoughts on the Marshall situation?
Well, I didn't see it happen on the broadcast from memory. Like, I don't remember seeing it.
Yeah.
Which maybe they didn't show it because it's so scary, right?
It was at the start, I believe.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it was very early on. But yeah, we definitely didn't see it.
Yeah, so I only saw it come up on socials like later. And I was like, that is absolutely terrifying. Like, how did this even happen, you know? So that's why I think maybe the virtual safety car at the end was an overreaction to that, because they didn't want to like make the wrong call again of some description.
Yeah, I agree. I think I don't know why they did it, to be honest.
Don't know.
It was really risky. It was really close. Maybe we can cut together some videos for socials, but
super scary.
It was really close and just really fucking dumb.
Yeah. And Liam Lawson was like terrified. He was like, whoa, like it just would have been horrible to be in his position.
Mm-hmm.
So not really sure what happened there because it wasn't on the broadcast. So very scary.
Yeah, very, very scary. And just, I think for a sport that kind of prides itself on its safety, it was not a good look.
Yeah, really weird. Wow.
Yeah, I guess so. To tie it back to the Drivers' Championship now.
Yes.
What do you make of all Lando's good form recently?
It is really interesting because normally I feel like Lando kind of doesn't really perform so consistently. Yeah. So it's actually been like kind of nice to see, like, I know it's funny me saying that because I always am an Oscar fan. But I feel like he's been driving really, really well and he's really coming into his own, which is amazing.
It's interesting because I think the reason why everything's getting so frenzied is because Oscar has had this massive drop off and Lando has had this massive like peak in consistency.
Yeah.
And so both of these things have happened coincidentally at the same time.
Yeah.
And
it's fueling the fire.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, and obviously like chipping away at Oscar's championship points and it makes it really difficult. But I think ultimately it is just a coincidence.
Yeah.
It's just the way that Oscar has like reacted to being the leader. And I'm kind of thinking maybe now that he's the underdog, the script might flip, I'm hoping.
I would love that.
Lando might start to feel a bit more of the pressure.
Yeah, for sure. I know that he's been, you know, copping it a bit because people have just been like kind of horrible to like Lando. Like he keeps getting booed at races and things like that. So I am like quite surprised that he has been performing so well given all of this noise that's coming at him, you know, because it'd be pretty horrible. Like it's not nice. He got booed pretty badly in Mexico.
He did.
Which wasn't very nice.
And I found out why. Do you know why he was booed?
Well, apparently the crowd wanted like
him to give the 3 points back.
Yeah. So I just think it's like horrible for him. Like I don't like it's bad sportsmanship. Like
I think so.
You can say all you want about drivers, but like don't actually be mean to them. That's horrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and I think McLaren as a team also hasn't helped this whole situation as well.
Absolutely not.
The PR on McLaren is just ridiculous. They have not helped themselves one bit. So I think all of these things together has like fueled this whole championship feud, like making it so much more huge. So I think when people talk about, you know, how do you feel about Lando's performance versus like Oscar's, I think that's why it's so heated. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They are definitely pitting them against each other, I feel, as well. And the way that even like Andrea Stella like talks about Oscar, like in those quotes that I read out beforehand. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's interesting. I think because Lando has been in second place for so long, I think it kind of rattled him a bit at the start and maybe he's like steeled himself to it now. And he's like, no, you know what? I've already basically lost it. So I'll just put my head down and get into the form. And 100%. So I think that as an Oscar fan, I'm kind of hoping that the same thing will happen to Oscar where like Lando, the wheels will start to come off because he has that lead.
Yeah. It's a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure. I also have one more quote from Oscar post-race. And the interviewer said, "You haven't lost any confidence in your driving ability, have you?" And Oscar said, "No, I just had to drive very differently the last couple of weekends, or I've not driven driven differently when I should have. I think that's been a little bit strange to get my head around. These last couple of weekends, the car or the tires or something have required quite a different way of driving. I tried a few things today to change it up a bit. Once we analyze if that was effective or not, hopefully it will help me see some progress.
Yeah.
I thought that was really, hopefully, like a good sign.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree. I'm really, really keen to see what happens in Vegas because I think that will be a bit of a telling sign for only these few races to come. So I'm scared.
I'm very scared.
I also realized that I said Vegas before I said Brazil, but you guys know what I meant. 100%. Anyway, don't worry about that.
100%. I guess the next thing that we can talk about is Ollie Beerman.
So cool.
So he started P10, and with all the chaos on that first lap, with the incidents, with Max and Lewis and Charles, like they're all just kind of, there's so much going on. That he finished in P4.
So great.
Yeah.
I just loved to see it. I loved how they kept cutting back to his dad in the garage and like the whole team. Everyone was so happy for him. I think he drove really well. I loved he had a few quotes about like, I've always wanted to battle Max and I didn't know it was going to happen this early in my career. And like I have goosebumps again, like thinking about that because it must be so cool.
Yeah, it would be really cool. And that interview that you sent me with his girlfriend crying and then making him cry
he was cute.
Beautiful. It was kind of a funny feeling because when I was getting ready for work that morning, I like was looking at the standings before I watched it. And I saw Ollie was up there in P3 for a bit there. And I was like, I just don't feel it. And I was like, I need to work out why I'm not vibing him. And I still haven't been able to work it out. And I think I'm being too harsh. I think I'm still off him, but I think it's a me problem, not a him problem. I think I'm being like tall poppy syndrome because I'm like, he doesn't deserve it because he's not consistent enough. And I'm like, he's done nothing to deserve to be up there kind of thing. But I
feel you.
I think that's silly.
That's so funny. No, I love it. I was just so excited to see him up there because you could like feel like how much it meant to him. And the team did a really good job with their strategy and everything as well. Like he defended like incredibly well, like so many times. So I was really impressed by him. Go Ollie.
I know. It's so good. It's nice to see the rookies doing well and each kind of like having their moment this season to shine. I think that's been really great.
So many of them have had a good moment. It's so beautiful. We don't get to see that all the time.
No, we don't. Okay. What did you think about Ferrari?
Wow, I was really excited at the start. I was quite disappointed with Lewis's 10-second penalty. I still can't make up my mind what I think about it because I think it's a bit complicated because I feel like I can see it from both sides, but I feel like no one else got a penalty and Lewis did, which I think is why it's unfair.
I think it was unfair. I think he did something wrong.
Yes.
It should have been 5 though. I don't get why it was 10.
10 was crazy.
And I don't think Ferrari handled the situation well either. They definitely should have told him more because they kind of just left him in the dark and he kind of didn't really know why he'd gotten the penalty. And
they really fueled the fire there. They kind of like just was like, you have a penalty and didn't tell him why because it was for like basically re-entering the track incorrectly. Not his driving, if that makes sense. So he was really upset on the radio because he's like, there's no grip there. Like, what am I going to do? But it wasn't because of that.
No.
It was just this stupid rule of how you have to re-enter the track at turn 5. You know?
And they should have kind of told him that earlier because it was also
because it made him mad.
And also it was like because he'd gained so much, you know, like let him back off so then it's less. Like
totally.
The communication was just so
not
off.
There.
Because, you know, like the reason that it was 10 seconds is because, he'd gained such a a time advantage by leaving the track. And it's like if Ferrari had been like, whoa, just like slow down a bit. You know?
But this all sorted itself out. That was a little bit disheartening.
I did find it hard because he got penalized and no one else did. And when they did the analysis post race, like obviously Ferrari weren't going to complain about Charles and the move on Lewis, but that deserved a penalty too. And I think I just found that really hard because I was like, okay, so Lewis is literally the only person who's going to be penalized. other people should have been penalized as well to make it even.
Yeah, totally.
Like Ferrari are obviously not going to complain about it, but the race stewards still should have done something about it to even it out, because the only person who was punished was Lewis.
I know. Everyone else could just literally drive wherever they wanted.
Yeah.
I saw a great meme that we should post of like, these are all the ways that you can take the turn, and it was just lines everywhere.
Yeah.
Because like everyone just did their own thing. It was chaos.
The whole race was chaos, but I think I found it really sad because I think Lewis, we saw like old Lewis this weekend, and I think Ferrari ruined it for him.
Yep. I 100% agree.
Yeah.
I have more to say on that later, but I'll save it.
Yeah. Okay, so then to kind of like, I guess, tie a neat little bow around the race, what was your favorite battle?
Well, the problem is that I had so many is what I wrote. I had like Oscar and Ocon, Lewis and Max at the beginning, Oscar on George, Ollie on Max. Like I tried to sit there and just pick one and I couldn't. I loved them all.
Gabrielle and Isaac as well. Did you say that?
That was great too.
That was great. Yeah.
Oh, so many good ones. It was just really good racing this weekend. I felt like I don't feel like anyone was like doing anything like dirty or like trying to pass each other or anything like that. Even though the opening lap was chaos, I still felt like it was cleanish. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't anything stupid.
Yeah.
Really good racing this weekend.
If you had to pick one, which one would you pick?
I think I liked the Ollie on Max move.
Nice.
That was really good.
Yeah.
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 If I had to pick one.
If you had to pick,
yeah.
I think my favorite, if I had to pick, would be the Max and Lewis kind of fight at the start.
Yeah,
because I was
so
like,
good.
this is so reminiscent of years gone by.
Yeah.
And I love to see Lewis up the front fighting like that.
Yeah.
And again, I don't think he deserved the full 10, but even if he, even with it, I'm like, it was still worth it to see him back in his prime
It was
form.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I think really satisfyingly too when Oscar finally overtook George.
Yeah, that was my second.
Oh, I just loved it. See, I can't pick one.
And all the battles they had together. Like,
so good. So good.
Yeah.
Who was your driver of the day, Zoe?
Lewis Hamilton.
Of course. That's
Which is
good.
so funny because when I was reading an article from F1, they were like the winners and the losers of the weekend. And I like to do that before we record the pod, because I feel like it gives a really good holistic view of the weekend. And then I like check it against our notes to be like, okay, cool, we've covered everything.
Yeah.
And they'd marked Lewis as a loser this weekend.
And you're like, he was my winner.
Yeah. I was like, that's really funny considering I'm about to get on mic and say that I thought he drove the best this weekend.
Yeah.
But I genuinely do think he did. Like, I think there's
he did really well.
A little bit of bias because he probably like objectively Lando drove the best this weekend. But
yeah.
I think going off such a bad run of form this year and just seeing him battle and not give a fuck and like put his whole soul into like these moves and everything, and even just the way he was getting fired up on the radio and everything, like
it
fully
was so
fighting
good
for himself. I was like, he's back, baby. And that character growth.
Yeah.
It's more of like a most improved award this weekend as opposed to most valuable for me. Yeah.
Did you see his quote as well? I forgot to say before, when they asked like Lewis, like, how will you take on Lando?
Yes.
He's like, oh, I'm going to race today. Like, he's got something to lose. I don't.
Yes.
And I was like, oh,
yes.
T.
Yes.
That was great.
That
sums it up, right? Yeah.
What about you?
I really thought like Charles, like I was just so happy to see a Ferrari do so well. And I think he defended and drove really, really well. Like I don't feel like he really made a mistake. Maybe a little bit at the start, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah.
But like he just drove really, really, really well.
Yeah.
I was super shocked to see like Lando start, to be honest. We didn't even touch on that because I didn't even see him on the broadcast. Did they even show that man?
No, but
then
he was just 1.6 seconds ahead.
He literally
out of nowhere
had the most incredible start I've ever seen from Lando and disappeared. I was like, wow, man.
And this is what I mean. Like, I just don't understand. It's either the two tracks and we'll know more in Brazil or he's just got that underdog mentality in him that's just making him shine.
100%.
Because, conversely, like Oscar lost like 2 places off the start.
Yeah.
He had a terrible start and he's historically a really good starter.
Yeah, literally. Wow, what a race.
What a fucking race.
Oh my God.
There's too much to cover. There's too much to kind of like wrap it in a neat little bow. But
Seriously.
I think this was probably the best race we've had this year, would you say?
I think so. It's definitely up there for me.
Yeah, I think
it was awesome.
Probably the best one all across the grid. Like I think we've probably had better battles that have lasted longer.
Yes.
But like everyone was racing this weekend.
Yep.
Which I thought was nice. Yeah.
Loved it. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
And now it is time for a radio check.
Yay.
Wow.
You go first.
Wow. Oh, I don't want to go first because I'm going to take like some good ones.
No, you okay. But the thing is, there's going to be so many George ones.
There's so many.
So we'll go one at a time.
I've actually got one from earlier.
Okay.
And he was like, I've got more pace here. And his team was like, well, you're free to overtake.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did love that.
I think George had such a minty bee this weekend.
It was unbelievable.
Fully crashed out.
You know that video of him when he's like talking about Max and he's like, he's angry and he lashes out.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, you were lashing out this weekend.
But I love it. This is the thing. I'm obsessed with George.
It's so funny.
I am obsessed with George.
I'm a bit off, but I respect
Why?
it.
No. Okay. Why?
Because he's just so silly. He's too overreacting like way too much. And,
What
like,
was he
trying to be the
overreacting
boss.
to though?
The whole weekend, he's like, when he was like told to do something, he was just like overreacting. Like, you need to manage your brakes. And he's like, I don't want to manage my brakes. I've got a car up my ass. And I'm like, stop being so dramatic.
Would you say that about Max though?
No.
When Max responds the same?
No, I wouldn't. I just have a pass basket for Max at the moment, okay?
I have one for George.
So funny.
Yeah, because I think he needs to own it. Like Kimmy is very clearly the second driver at the moment. He's a baby.
Yeah.
And he needs to stand up for himself.
Yeah.
And I actually think it's making me like him more because I'm like,
so funny.
You're becoming dirtier.
Dirtier
in the sense of like you're getting down in there and you're fighting for what you want. You're not just being this placid like Englishman.
Okay. I'll take it.
No, well, we're allowed to have these disagreements.
No, he's just a baby.
I think it's great. I love him. He's fast becoming one of my favorite drivers on the grid.
That's great. That's great.
Like it actually might go Oscar, then Lewis, then George at the moment.
Wow, this is huge, guys. You heard it here first.
It's concerning.
Okay, you go.
I have another one where he was like ratting on Max at the start, like saying he'd cut across the grass and needs a penalty or to give the place back. But you would not say that about Max, would you? Because Max always is constantly ratting on people. He's penalty for that person, track limits. And fucking Alex Albon does it. Everyone does it. Everyone does it.
Nah, I'm hating on him at the moment.
We're going to dissect why.
So I need to have a long, hard think about it.
Like the way that you maybe reflect on Ollie Behrman.
Yeah.
Like you need to reflect on George.
All right, we'll circle back next week.
Fucking oath we will. It's going in the notes.
I have to take this next one.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I've got a car in my fucking ass. Oh my God. Oh, George.
Well, actually, I've got the full quote here. So George goes,
hit me.
I've got a fucking McLaren up my ass. Do you want me to let them past? And then his engineer goes, no, thank you. And then he just kept trying to convince like that he needed to get past Kimmy and be like, I've got more pace here, guys.
See, I found that annoying because he's like, I'm faster. I'll just like let him like pass back if like I can't do it. And I was like, please, George. Anyway, I digress. I had one from Max as well. When they kind of had that radio issue and his engineers were like, yep, so we're like 1 stop or 2 stop at the moment. Right, okay. And then Max was like, I can hear everything.
I reckon that was a decoy.
Oh, what do you think?
Yeah, I reckon they were trying to fuck with the other teams.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think so.
Red Bull's so naughty like that.
I think they fucking were. Like they were like trying to throw everyone off and be like, so we're on a 1 stop, 2 stop.
I like this.
Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah, because GP, he races Max's race engineer.
Yeah.
He's not stupid.
Okay. Yep.
They're sneaky.
Oh, I like that. What a conspiracy.
Yeah. My one is from Liam when the marshals ran across the track as we talked about earlier.
Yep.
He goes, mate, oh my God, are you kidding me? Did you see that? And then the engineer goes, yep, I saw it. And then Liam goes, oh my God, dude. And then the engineer goes, yep, well done avoiding them. And then he goes, I could have fucking killed them, mate.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for him. That was horrible.
Yeah. Okay, the last one that I have is Ollie when he won. He just goes, yes, come on.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. When he won, you just said, by the way.
Oh. And I wrote in my notes when he won. Thank you for pulling me up on that. When he got P4.
I do that all the time. Like when so-and-so won, just because they've done well in my head.
Yeah. Because they're like, yeah.
Oh, that was great.
Good.
Was great.
Okay. Now we move on to the T segment. It's fucking packed again this week.
Oh, God.
So we've broken them up into 2 lots. I'll go first.
Yeah.
Rem, you can then take it away.
Amazing.
The first one that we can talk about is from earlier in the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Oscar talked about the repercussions.
Yes.
So obviously the last time we spoke, Lando had repercussions for Singapore, which meant that Oscar had the preferred qualifying start, I guess slot every weekend for the rest of the year because he'd broken Papaya rules.
Yeah.
Turns out Oscar then broke Papaya rules with the crash in Austin. He took responsibility for it. Basically, the interviewer asked him if he'd reviewed the sprint in Austin and whether there are any repercussions. He said, I think there is a degree of responsibility from my side in the sprint, and we're starting this weekend with a clean slate for both of us. So basically, the rules have reset. They've both had a crash now, and the Papaya rules is just kind of like,
I never want to hear the word papaya rules or repercussions again in my life.
Fucking oath.
It's actually ridiculous.
Yeah.
Go get your shit together, McLaren.
I know, it's just ridiculous. The other thing, I told you to avoid this like the plague.
And I did.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
It's killing me.
So an interviewer spoke to Lewis and was basically like, you know, what do you think about, basically asked, what advice would you give to Oscar and Lando as they chase their first World Drivers' Championship up against somebody like the likes of Max Verstappen?
Yep.
Lewis goes, it's not their first championship. Obviously, they've won other championships in other categories. So, you know, it's not something I don't really want to give advice to them. But in this scenario, it's challenging when you're in the team. The pressure is high. It's definitely a time. You really have to put your blinkers up. You have to block absolutely everything out from the outside. And there's so much coming in, positive and negative. So you have to be really cutthroat. And that's what Max is.
Yeah.
He's going to take this from them if they don't do the same. You've got to be pushing and you've got to dig deep to be able to hold on. Firstly, to somebody like Max, and also like for them and their consistency. Like consistency is key, and we can see that from Max in the last few races.
Yep.
So really beautiful quotes. Yeah. And also thought great. Like he's also like pulling the interviewer up and going, not their first championship. They've won an F2, F3.
Yeah.
Lando comes out and he goes, so basically he goes, he basically said that Lewis's advice was null and void because the interviewer and then he said that the 2021 situation was different to theirs and that Lewis had it easier than the situation this year. He goes,
he said that?
He did. He said, quote, it's difficult. Back then there was a battle only between the two, so it was a little easier. Now there are 3 of us, so if 2 hits, there will still be 1 alive. Each situation is different, but if there is someone from whom it is worth receiving advice, that someone is Lewis. So he redeemed himself at the end.
Yeah.
But he was like, it was different.
Going for it.
Yeah, he was like, I can't really take advice from him in this situation because he had an easier go at it in 2021. What are your thoughts?
Lewis is a 7-time world champion. You don't want to take advice from him?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So he's tried to claw it back in the end and go, each situation is different, but if there's someone to take advice from, it would be Lewis. So he's covering his ass, but he's also going, it's actually so different and like the situation is worse because there's 3 of us, not 2. And I just flat out reject that.
But Lewis Hamilton has had 6 other championships apart from that one.
Yeah.
Well, and 8 really, if we're being realistic. Yeah. But that's just ridiculous to me to say that you're not going to take advice from someone who's got that much skin in the game.
Yeah. And I was also just like, I blatantly reject the fact that you think it's harder because there's 3 of you as opposed to 2.
That's ridiculous. You're not going to say that on day 1 of the championship, are you?
Yeah.
Because everyone's in it.
It's like it's a culmination of everything throughout the year.
Yeah.
And I get what he's saying about like, well, if we both crash or whatever, then nobody gets points. But that's literally like,
it
doesn't matter. Everybody the probability is still the same.
Oh no, not the probability again.
But I was like, Lando, can you just fuck off and stop saying fuck shit like that? Like, just take the advice and move on.
He needs a bit more media training, perhaps.
I think so.
Just like a little bit.
Because what do you mean he's saying that? Like, you should just not be comparing the 2. Just don't compare the 2.
Totally. I'm honestly baffled. I'm glad that I avoided that all weekend, so I have my raw reaction. But like, not taking advice from Lewis Hamilton?
Yeah.
You're insane.
Yeah, he literally is like, he said that it's like the 2021 situation was a little different and even easier than the scenario in which he is in 2025.
Oh, please. I can't with that.
Yeah.
I cannot.
Yeah.
I cannot.
God, he's just so fucking entitled.
Lando.
The last one is the cost cap. I just feel like this weekend,
what a roller coaster.
Yeah, this weekend has been full of misinformation.
Yeah.
First up, we had this drama, and I had to take it out of the tea because it looked like Pierre Gasly and his girlfriend Kika had broken up.
Oh.
And she was posting all this weird shit, and the entire internet just went crazy.
I missed this.
And I was like, oh my God, like I couldn't find anything anywhere about what was actually fucking happening. And then it turns out she like rocks up with like a necklace or a ring on with a P in it. And it's like, okay, they're fine.
Yeah.
But it was like misinformation central, right?
Hate that.
Second thing, the Fernando Alonso like pulling into the pits and like that.
Did you find out anything else?
I don't think it's actually true. Like it seems like he changed his radio accidentally and like...
Because I don't know if you guys have seen the video, but there's literally this video of Alonso just like pulling into the pits and he like gets there and it looks like no one's really ready for him. He just turns off the car.
Yeah.
So it looks like he's like cracked the shits and just turned the car off.
But I don't actually think that's what happened.
I don't think that's what happened.
But even if it is, like there's just no proof and everyone's no just clung to it. Yeah.
Wild.
And so then the third thing was the cost cap. Basically.
It's all too much.
Like everyone was saying like two major teams had like breached the cost cap.
Yeah.
Aston Martin had an infringement. They'd come out and own that. But, that was the reason why the statistics were coming out late because they'd breached the cost cap and they were trying to work out what to do with it. And they were saying it was like Mercedes and McLaren and that Ferrari should be given the championship.
Yeah.
All this kind of stuff. And then it literally came out this morning that no teams exceeded the budget cap.
Yeah,
the only infringement was Aston Martin, but they only committed a procedural breach, meaning they didn't actually overspend.
Yeah. Just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, all this drama for nothing.
Literally.
For nothing.
Remy, take us away.
My tea is a little bit fun and cheeky and it's kind of not tea. I'll start with the George Russell since he's your favourite.
Yeah.
He did Mercedes did a fantastic content piece on the weekend and basically George put on a disguise and he climbed up into the grandstands and he got to watch practice.
Yeah.
And it was so cute because he was like, oh no, now I'm liking George. It was so cute because he was like, I haven't seen like cars on track in like ages because obviously he's always in it, like as in F1 cars. So he's like, that's my car. And he's like taking like little selfies and watching everyone go around and no one knew it was him. And I just thought it was such a clever content piece because then he walks out and he like takes his mask off and then people are like realizing it's him and he's like, you're like, I love George, like because someone was wearing like a George t-shirt and then at the end he like jumps over the gate, when you have to sign in like with your pass, he jumps over the gate and security's like, whoa man, you got to show me your pass, and he's like, I got one. And I was like, that's so cute. The security guard's taking your job so seriously. It's obviously George Russell.
But don't you think George is the most like down to earth, willing to like have a chat guy on the grid?
One of them, not the most, but one of them.
Okay, who would be the most down to earth, willing to have a chat and care about the presenters?
Valtteri Bottas.
Okay, but he's not on the grid right now. Give me one example of somebody on the grid right now.
Super down to earth, willing to do anything. I reckon Ollie Behrman.
Oh, we're at an impasse.
This is so funny.
Interesting.
Because like they did like just pull him up and like hand him a microphone. Anyway, I'm getting off track here. I just thought it was an absolutely fantastic content piece. It was so clever, so funny, like super engaging. Mm-hmm. Just loved it.
Yeah.
And now to an actual bit of tea. The tape scandal.
Yeah, talk us through it.
So last weekend, Red Bull were fined $50,000.
Yep.
It was not for the tape scandal. It was for the fact that they came back onto the grid like after they weren't supposed to.
Yep.
But, they were going in there to take the tape off. Yep. So the whole tape scandal is that Lando Norris's team has been like putting tape on the wall to help him line up when he's like come back from the formation warm-up lap, so that he can kind of have a second guide, right?
Yep.
There's nothing illegal about this or anything like that. It's fine. Just some teams do it, some teams don't do it apparently. It's not illegal or anything to put the tape on there, but like I was watching a video of that Kim Illman did, and he was saying that he asked the McLaren team like how many times has like Red Bull like tried to do this, and they said they've tried to do it like a few times to like mess with them.
Okay.
And apparently like McLaren has been sticking like notes underneath, so like if they like manage to rip it off, like they're like like got you, like you're not gonna like fool us or something.
Yeah.
So I want to know what people think. Do people think that the tape sticking is illegal? Do they think that it's cheating? Like, how does everyone feel about it is what I want to know.
I think they should ban it.
Apparently, it is going to the FIA for them to discuss if they're allowed to do it or not.
I think it's cheating. Well, I don't actually think it's cheating because it's within the rules, but I don't think they should be able to do it.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see if it comes out that it's like a thing that you're not allowed to do.
Yeah.
So cheeky of Red Bull though to like.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
It's just fun to like see them like messing with other teams, like the drama. It's like your workplace. You know what I mean? Like you forget that this. Like the race weekends.
Is their workplace.
Yeah, is their workplace. So they're just like doing all these cheeky little things to each other. So I just thought that was really quite funny. Like nothing happened, but it was just a bit of fun.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. I hope I explained that well for everyone.
You did great. Thank you.
Thanks.
I just had a couple of other really quick ones that I wanted to mention that I didn't want to take out.
Amazing.
Basically, if we all remember Franco Colapinto defying team orders last week in Austin and then overtaking Pierre Gasly.
Yep.
When he got to media day at the start of Mexico, somebody asked him about this and he goes, history is not made by cowards.
Whoa.
Yeah, found that funny.
Digging his feet into the ground.
And then he ended up walking it back later.
Yeah, right.
So that was funny because obviously he was always going to do that.
Yeah, of course.
And he said, like I think he apologized to the team. So good for him, but
so funny.
You can't walk that back.
Nah.
Yuki also had to apologize to Liam Lawson for his comments about him that he made last week, basically saying it's always fucking like Liam. You know,
sorry, that's right. Yeah.
Remember the comments from last week? He was always, it's always the same guy, man. Like, and then Liam was like, I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So Yuki had to come out in Mexico and apologize to Liam. He said, I apologize to the team, to VCAR for what I said in the media. It was very unnecessary.
Cheeky.
Yeah. So everyone's backing out. So
wow.
Yeah.
Crazy weekend, man.
Okay, now we move into by the numbers. Mexico's in my good books. The attendance was 401,326 people.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow, good turnout.
That's a decent crowd, to be honest, because
great.
I think it would definitely be up there at the top 3 or 4 races, like
for sure,
crowd races of the year. So that's interesting.
It looked like a really fun one to attend.
Yeah.
Yeah, not going to lie.
Yeah. So these are stats from before the weekend because I really wanted to do a piece around how good Max has been recently prior to this weekend. And I found a really good article that kind of summed it up. So
amazing.
From the last 5 races on the calendar before Mexico, Max Verstappen's average finish was 3.3, Lando's was 5.9, and Oscar's was 7.6.
Wow.
Yeah. So that trend, it really goes to show what we've kind of been saying.
Wow.
Oscar has had an average point score of 12.4 since the summer break. Lando's average result was 11.4 and Max's was 23.8.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's amazing what you can do when you keep your head down.
So the data showed pre this weekend that if each driver continued to score that figure, at each of the upcoming weekends, Max would have finished the championship on 426 points, meaning that he would be the world champion by 20 points from Oscar, and then Lando 39 points behind Oscar. Actually, 39 points back from Max, sorry. At the top 3rd spot on the grid.
Wow, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isaac has started 8th in the 3 of the last 4 Grand Prix.
Yep.
And P5 is Oscar's highest ever finish in Mexico.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I did know that.
Yeah, so there are some small mercies there.
Yep, absolutely.
Do you have anything to add?
I do have a couple of things.
Yep.
So this weekend kind of marked the fact that Lewis, as the first time in a season, he has not been on the podium 5 times.
That's crazy.
Isn't that wild? Because I guess he can't do it now. So wild. A little bit of a sad stat. Another sad Ferrari stat was that it's been 12 months since Ferrari last won a race, and it was Carlos. So it's not looking good for Ferrari.
No.
And then I had a statistic thing that would annoy you, so I thought I'd bring it. Brody told me to.
Oh, Brody, we're going to have words this weekend. So I heard we're having words this weekend, and you know I'm coming to fight.
So this is like nothing, but I just thought it would annoy Zoe, so I thought I'd bring it. So when they were doing the driver of the day, Ollie was at 40%, and that's what he won by, right?
Yeah.
40%. The commentators came over the radio and he goes, I would have voted, like Crofty's like, I would have voted. So it would have been 41%. And then they're like, oh yeah, I would have voted too. That would have been 42%.
People are so annoying.
But I immediately was like, oh, Zoe's not going to like that.
Do people not understand how math works?
Literally, it was hilarious.
Oh my God, my soul.
Yeah, I hope that annoyed you.
It did. All right, was that all?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, just crush my soul and we'll move on.
Sorry.
And now we look around the apex. So looking at Brazil, the first Grand Prix in Sao Paulo was in 1973.
Yep.
The track length is 4.3 kilometers. It's the fourth shortest track on the calendar.
Yep.
And Mexico, I think, was the third shortest. So
Yeah.
it's kind of funny.
Yep.
The most pole positions here is kind of crazy. It's everyone on this list has 3: Ayrton Senna, Mika Häkkinen, Felipe Massa, Rubens Barrichello, and Lewis Hamilton.
Wow.
And Michael Schumacher has the most wins with 4. And it's crazy that he doesn't have the most poles.
Wow.
Like he's not on that list.
Wow. Love that.
Yeah. So some trivia from the F1 website. Interlagos was built in 1938 on a plot of land unsuitable for housing. It is also the 3rd highest elevation change on track. So I'm not talking elevation in terms of
Sorry, I was just, Zoe was like waving her hands around and I was just making fun of her.
I was trying to make sure I punched that out correctly because it's kind of confusing.
Yeah.
So it's not actually the elevation above sea level. We're talking the elevation change on track. And now I'm waving my hands wildly around. This will be good to cut a video of because I'm losing my mind.
My God.
So it's like the track, like you know how in like Spa or whatever, it's like some parts are really high and then some parts are really low.
Yep.
This track is like that too. It's
Amazing.
the 3rd highest elevation change.
Amazing.
Okay. To round this episode out, we can talk about the predictions that we had for the podium.
Yep.
Let me remind you.
Remind me.
I said Max 1, Oscar 2, George 3, epic fail.
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Yep.
You said George 1, Max 2, Oscar 3.
Don't even want to talk about it.
Epic fail. And I want to call you out because
I went behind Zoe's back on socials.
You little bee. I was just going about my day and I open up my fucking because we share socials, like we take it in turns. So Rem has been doing it at the moment. She fucking puts a post up like, surely I get a half point for this. What? What part of this situation, George 1, Max 2, Oscar 3, do you think you deserve a half point for?
Because I said in the video, well, I said last week in my predictions that Charles is really good at this track and he finished 2nd.
Well, do you fucking know what? If you thought that, you should have put him in there, don't you think?
I can't believe, I thought it was weird all week that Zoe hadn't spoken to me about the post because I just didn't tell her about it.
Yeah, you just raw dogged it. I was saving my fucking anger for right now. It's all about the content, baby.
I just think we need to spice things up a little bit.
No.
Give me half a point.
No. We have to keep the sanctity. Or,
yeah, well, you would have got a half a point the other week for saying Lando DNF or something.
But also, we can't just be giving points out willy-nilly.
Well, I asked the people, so,
And what did the people say?
No, they said nothing.
Yeah, fucking oath, because they knew it was dumb. Love you.
Oh my God.
Love you.
It's so hilarious. I was waiting for you to bring that up. I was like, oh, she mustn't mind.
Oh, I minded.
I just went rogue on socials this week.
Surely I deserve a half point for this. Fuck off.
It was good content.
Yeah, it was good content.
I am really annoyed that I never put Charles in my lineup though because I knew that he was going to do well. Like, what was I thinking?
Yeah, well, and so to be honest, if we're going to be real about this, you should get our negative half a point.
No.
Well, there you go. Let's just let it lie.
Negative half a point.
Well, yeah, because you said, oh, he's going to do well, but I'm not going to put him in there. So therefore you should be punished.
So rude.
Anyway,
all right.
We'll just leave it. All right. Tell me your podium for Brazil, please.
God. So can I remind everybody that I am pretty sure it was Brazil last year when Ocon and Gasly were on the podium together. Is that right?
Were they?
Remember when we had that crazy race?
2024, Brazil.
Because like all that weird shit.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Remember when they were on the podium together?
I completely blanked this out.
Yeah, crazy as, right?
Nico was disqualified. Lance didn't start. Alex didn't start. Franco didn't finish. And Carlos didn't finish.
Yeah. It was like pure chaos. It was one of my favorite races last year. It was just ridiculous. So let's just set the precedent that like anything can happen here.
All right. Okay.
But in saying that, my lineup is interesting, I think.
Okay. Talk to me.
So for Brazil, I'm going to say that Max is P1.
Yep.
I think he's just going to do something cheeky. P1, right?
Yep.
I think P2 is going to be Lando. I've not put Lando on my lineup before, I don't think. I said
that out loud. I didn't mean to.
I just think like he's doing great. Keep up his momentum. So that means that Oscar's going to come third. So he's still going to be a little bit behind. Oh, I don't know.
I'm not happy with you.
I know. I'm really sorry. But Oscar hasn't performed well like at this track either for a couple of years. So I am curious to see how he goes.
Do you think it's going to be another track that he doesn't do well at?
I'm not sure. No, I think he'll do well. I think he'll do much better. He's going to be on the podium for sure. Mark my words. I don't know how this makes you feel for yours now.
Okay. I'm going Lewis P1.
Slay.
Because I think he's got this. I think after last weekend, he's good to go.
Yep.
Oscar P2.
Yep.
Max P3.
Love it. That's pretty good.
I actually think yours is horrific and I need to like even out.
I need to balance it out.
Space because that's no good. I can't believe you did that. Like I actually feel quite offended.
Well, this is how serious I'm taking the points now, I guess.
Yeah.
I strongly believe in this.
Where is your heart in that? Like in your Max Lando Oscar, where's the heart?
Well, Oscar has to be on the podium because if he's not, we're fucked.
So, okay.
And I'll probably preface this again by saying there's probably going to be a man in red on that podium. But anyway, I'm not going to get any points for that.
Okay. If there's a man in red on that podium and you haven't backed him, I'm taking half a point off you.
No, I'm not allowing this. This is illegal activity.
Oh, that feels illegal, that podium.
Yeah, I'm really sorry.
You little bee.
Yeah, anyway. I'm really sorry. I'm really excited to check in a fortnight's time, which sucks. So no racing this weekend. No MotoGP either. Killing me this weekend. Yeah. So no motorsport.
You just have to spend the weekend with me instead. How awful.
Oh, how awful. We're having a little weekend away together, really guys. Yay. So exciting.
I hope you guys enjoyed our fights today. We've been quite spicy, to be honest.
Yeah, it's been a good one. I've really enjoyed this.
I love chatting with you about this stuff.
It's
really do.
So much fun. It brings me so much joy.
Yeah.
And if you guys enjoyed this episode as well, please follow us on Spotify. Even leave us a comment on there. Mainly leave us 5 stars.
Yeah, please do.
That's what we need on there.
Give us a follow.
Yeah, we're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We are on YouTube.
We are on Twitter. Yeah. And we are on Pinterest.
Oh my God. We're everywhere.
At Pit Stop Procrastination.
Yeah. We just don't have Facebook.
I set one up, but
Did you?
Yeah, but we're just doing
I don't think we need that.
I still haven't done anything with Twitter, so.
That's okay.
Anyway, we'll get there.
We'll get there. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We will see you in a fortnight's time.
Have a great week, everybody. And if you miss us, definitely head to those socials and we'll be cutting up some videos and posting them over the next couple of weeks.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.